but you kinda suck. That's okay, so does SJ.
Hey everybody, I'm Saucy Jack. Some of you might know me as Odin Thunderlegs, and some of you might know me as the Pie King, but at any rate, this is the guide for the Blackwood Tapestry in Elder Scrolls Online, Blackwood. Enjoy! To get to the first scrap, the Moth-Eaten one, you're gonna head northwest from the Leowin Outskirts Way Shrine until you get to this bridge. Run a little farther and you'll get to this cave. Run to the back and you'll find the scrap on the ground. Now Saucy, I hear you hypothetically asking already, aren't the scraps essentially the same color as the ground, and don't glow, and don't have any lore books or other discernible clues to help you find them whatsoever? Yep. For the Ratty scrap, you'll go north from the Leowin Outskirts Way Shrine, up the road until you reach this break in the fence. Head to the little island just past it, and the scrap's right beside the skeleton. Just east of Leowin, the road curves slightly south. Instead of continuing east on the road, go off-roading to the south, and keep an eye out for this rock overhang. Once you get there, the Tattered scrap is right underneath it. For the next two scraps, we're going to port over to the Blue Blood Way Shrine. The Filthy and Ragged scraps are both pretty close by, but we'll start with the Filthy one, which is just a short jaunt southeast of the Way Shrine, past these tents, and right by this broken down wagon. For the Ragged scrap, we're going to double back down the path that leads to Tidewater Cave, where we'll find it amongst the debris that's laying around on the shore. For the Stitch scrap, you can either ride around the Zeetsay Delve from the Stoneway Way Shrine, or ride east along the shore from the last couple of scraps. Dealer's choice. Either way, when you see this corner of the Zeetsay Delve, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over to the little island where the scrap will be found next to a broken down boat. For the Torn scrap, you can get there from the Stoneway Way Shrine, but I find it's a lot easier to describe its location relative to the Shattered Zanmir world boss. If you're facing the boss from the shore, there's a path going up the hills on the right side. Just head up it for a bit and you'll find the Torn scrap on one of the outside curves. To get to the Stain scrap, head east to the main road from the Torn scrap, or port to the Stoneway Way Shrine and get to the actual village of Stone Wastes. Once there, you're going to head to Nixel's hut and take a running jump off of his balcony through the doorway of the abandoned hut right beside, where you'll find the scrap on the floor. As a quick stop, head slightly southwest of the Stoneway Way Shrine, where you'll find the soiled scrap lead underneath this little canopy. To get the Dusty scrap, we're going to port from the Stoneway Way Shrine to the Vunalk Way Shrine and head southeast until we see these two dilapidated huts by the shore. Just head up the ramp of the left one, where you'll find the Dusty scrap on the floor. Hey, I'm a poet and I just didn't know it. Also, I screwed up the animation on this one. Dang it. For the Frayed scrap, you're going to head up the north path from the Vunalk Way Shrine until you get to this cave entrance. Once you're inside, head down the path until you get to this pillar shrine thingy. Go behind it and the Frayed scrap is on the ground. As an aside, if you've found this guide the least bit helpful so far, consider liking the video, or subscribing to the channel, or if you're feeling extra saucy, hitting the bell for notifications. Thanks! And a shout out to Hydrosphere13 for being frickin' awesome. Alright, back to the guide. The Rip scrap is located on the island way the heck out in the middle of this lake. If you have a Ring of the Wild Hunt, I highly recommend putting it on now. Once you finally make it to the island, jump up into the abandoned hut, jump over the gap, and the ripped scrap is on the floor. For the Threadbare scrap, you've got two options. Swim way west until you hit the road again, which will take forever, or port to the Stoneway Way Shrine and head north. I'm taking the Way Shrine because I'm super lazy. Once you reach this bridge, just head up and to the right, and the Threadbare scrap will be on the ground beside a tent. The Grimy scrap is just a short jaunt northwest from the Threadbare scrap if you're following this video guide in order, or a short jaunt south from the Gideon Way Shrine if you're not. Once you get to this spot, which you can see on my mini-map here, just head up to the outside corner and the Grimy scrap is yours. Finally, for the Holey scrap, you can either run north from here or port to the Gideon Way Shrine and head north from there. Once you see these structures, and you can see where I'm at on the mini-map, just run up, head through this break in the wall, and into the Duchess's private study. Thankfully, you don't need to be on this quest to access this area. Once inside, just head to the left alcove, and the Holey scrap is yours. Now Saucy, I hear you hypothetically asking again. Isn't this scrap inside when all of the others were outside? And isn't this north of the main east-west road when pretty much all of them were south of the east-west road? Yep. Now that you've got all the leads, before you go scrying and digging them up, take a bit to just soak this moment in. You earned it. Note that when you're scrying these leads, they're all mythic difficulty, which means it's in your best interest to level up scrying so that you can use the Farsight ability and then just sweep through them. You can only scry 5 of these at a time, and if you're lucky, multiple digs will be located at the same spot. If you're not, you can abandon the scry, try again, and hope for the best. Also note that in the excavations, each scrap is in this 2x4 configuration. Or 4x2, I don't remember which, but whatever, you're not my mom. I've also found at this difficulty of excavation that if I use this tile, most of the time I can link all of the explosion hazards without running out of time, and then set them off all at once to find the bonus items. Once you've dug up your last scrap, congratulations! The Blackwood Tapestry is yours to cherish and lord over those who haven't watched this video. Having finally completed my weeks-long quest to find all of the Blackwood Tapestry scraps, I sat on the shores of the Tobal Bay and contemplated the journey I'd been on, the friends I made, the laughs we shared, the screams of despair as we searched in vain for the Holey scrap lead. This wasn't just about some tapestry, this was about living life as an adventure, which, incidentally, is why instead of sitting, I'm actually doing one long crunch. Because if you want to adventure like Odin Thunderlegs, you don't ever skip core day. Ever.